beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning to everybody. I want to let everybody know we're having the drawing on Friday. So any of you VFWs, American Legion, if you have a needy vet, give us a call so we can submit their name, because Friday we'll be having the drawing, and then the following week after the 4th of July, we'll be taking the truck to the VFW or to the American Legion or whoever was the one that sponsored the name. We'll be giving the truck to them, and they can give it to a needy vet. And, Kevin, what a great guy. Got another great gentleman that's donated a gun for a drawing for a vet. You know, these guys are true patriots, and I want to again thank Nick, Shelby, and Nicholas Cohen. They sent a nice thing for my son. And Nick, thank you. I'll never forget you for your friendship. I sincerely appreciate that guy. Where are we going to go? Let's take care of our housekeeping, and then we're going to get. I'm going to go out to Cahokia and Dupo and talk about some skank. I mean, this gal. And the guy said, Romanik, you're running for office. You can't say skank the hell. Here. Right, take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skank, 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 skank. Because that's what this lady. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the ladies. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this Facebook crap and about possible lawsuits. And, whatever I say to everybody. And if somebody wants to sue me because I'm not telling the truth, sue me away. But you'll lose, because I always tell the truth. I always research it. That's how I made my money back in the day. I was the best legal investigator. Actually, I think I was the best policeman in Southern Illinois, but that's how I made my money. And I'm good at what I do. And we investigate everything. We find out. And I tell you people, don't believe what I say. Listen to what I say, and then you research it, and you'll find out that I'm always right. Now, if I don't know something, I'm not going to tell you, so I'm always right, because the information I give you is good information. If I can't get good information, I may say alleged a time or two, but I'm not going to give you anything that's just way out there in left field, because, I ain't much of a guy, and I know I'm a no-good son of a bitch, but I've got pretty good credibility, because when I say something, when people call, they tell me, Bob, you were right. Bob, you were right. And I never get tired of hearing, Bob, you were right. But anyway, St. James Catholic Parish and School Blood Drive coming up Thursday, July the 7th from 3 to 8 p.m. at the Parish Hall, located at 412 West Washington Avenue in Millstadt. If you'd like to get involved, and please do, because we all want to give back to the community, you can call our good friend Marge at 618-401-1522. Now, I know this weekend there's going to be a lot of 4th of July celebrations honoring the birth of our country, and I'll be involved in a lot of them. But Mayor Black stopped by. And Mayor, if you're listening, give me a call, because I'd like for you to explain this a little bit more. But the Kaysville Park, they're going to have their picnic and fireworks display starting at 5 o'clock p.m. on Saturday, this Saturday, July the 2nd. And they're going to have inflatable toys for the kids, kiddie train, washer tournaments, all kind of food. They're going to have a car cruise, a firecracker car cruise, and it's going to be from 5 to 9 p.m., and I would believe the fireworks start at 9. It says fireworks start at dusk. Bring lawn chairs and blankets. Now, the mayor assured me, Mayor Black, our good friend, assured me that it's going to be the best fireworks display in Southern Illinois. So we're gonna hold his feet not to the fire, but we're going to hold his feet to the fireworks and make him produce on that. But they're going to have pizza. They're going to have all kind of food. A great time out in the great little town of Caseyville, Illinois. That starts at 5 o'clock this Saturday, July the 2nd. Freeburg Public Safety Fundraiser. Don't forget our first responders and police officers. They're going to have a golf tournament at Clinton Golf Course on Saturday, July the 16th. And our good friend, trustee out of the great village of Freeburg, Matt Trout, he's putting this together. And you can call Matt at 618-410-8077. This is not for Matt. It's not a fundraiser for a political person. It's a fundraiser to help the K-9, Corps in Freeburg. Let's see, they've started the golf tournament. And again, 410-8077 to get a hold of Matt Trout and get involved. You can have a whole sponsorship. Entry fee is $70, $280 per team. A great cause. Everybody will have a great time, and it'll help the good people of Freeburg maintain their K-9. Never know when we may need them. Come join us for fun. 4th of July Family Fun Fest at Washington State Park, July the 1st through the 4th, located to the Washington State Park, 13,041 State Highway 104 in DeSoto, Missouri. It says the event is free, no fireworks allowed. Bring your lawn chair. I'm sure they'll have a great time at the Washington State Park. 145th Annual Millstadt Fireman's Picnic coming up next Friday and Saturday, July the 8th and night at Liederkrantz Park in Millstadt. Going to have bands, all kind of food. Great time in Millstadt. Cold beer always in Millstadt. You have to have cold beer in Millstadt. That'll be the 145th Annual Millstadt Fireman's Picnic coming up Friday and Saturday, July the 8th and the 9th. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our great stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. And now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, and, cuss me out. Say whatever you want. See, you can get away with it there because, see, I don't give a damn. And never forget, for the best of political entertainment, political information, political lampooning, political cartooning, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. You have to visit that. There's some pictures of Mark Sweetcakes Kern you'll laugh your ass off. And if you got a big ass, you'll laugh a lot of your big ass off. On this date, June the 29th, 1854, Congress ratified the Gadsden Purchase with Mexico, adding parts of New Mexico and Arizona to the United States for $10 million. On this date, June the 29th, 1891, the National Forest Service was formed. On this date, June the 29th, 1956, Congress passed the Highway Act to create interstate highway system. On this date, June the 29th, 1966, the cities of Hanoi and Hampong were bombed for the first time in the Vietnam War. That's what little happened on this date, June the 29th. Throughout all these years in our world's history. What do you got going here? First, the Black Panthers. Now, this pisses me off. I don't give a damn about the Black Panthers. They're the white version of the Ku Klux Klan, and I don't give a damn about the Ku Klux Klan. See, you get these splinter groups, these ignorant groups like the Ku Klux Klan that hate the black people and hate this and hate that. Now you've got the Black Panthers coming back to town. You guys will recall, and my sympathy goes out to the Angelo Brown and his family. He was shot and killed by police on the Belleville police on June the 23rd last week when police responded to a domestic disturbance, and Brown allegedly fired a gun at officers. Now, it's always alleged until all the information's out, but I've been a policeman a long time. I don't think a police officer's just going to gun somebody down. I really don't. Now, an asswipe in a police uniform who shouldn't be a policeman, they're few and far between, but that could happen. But now they tell me that Angelo Brown was a national member of the Black Panthers, the Revolutionary Black Panthers Party. He was an official. Now they're going to have a protest, I guess. There's going to be 15 to 20 other national representatives from the Revolutionary Black Panther Party are coming to Brown's funeral, and they'll hold a news conference. Well, I'm just reporting this because it's a little bit of news. I won't be there, and I hope there's no mainstream media at this event, because that's what these asswipe son of a bitches want. I would say if it's a Ku Klux Klan, these white ignorant son of a bitches. See, there's enough fault to go around. There's great black people, there's great white people, but then there's asswipe blacks and asswipe whites, and that's just the way it is. But I guess they say they're going to upcoming event for demonstration in honor. What are you going to demonstrate? Let's see here. The group hasn't had the exact date for the protest. We also plan on pursuing every avenue that we can for the criminal justice system to do its job. Well, see here, you asswipe criminal son of a bitches, you protesting bastards, both black and white. If you did your job, if you were legal, if you did everything that you're supposed to do instead of all these illegal activities, these riots, these tearing up things, these burning things, these stealing things, there wouldn't need to be a police investigation. You wouldn't have to pursue something through the Department of Justice to get justice. I don't understand. That's a killer going in and killing 5 people in a store, and one guy grabs him and beats the hell out of him, and when he goes to the cell, and it's happened before, the bastard asswipe killer says, hey, I'm going to sue that guy for beating the hell out of me. Now, you should have killed the son of a bitch. And these bastards, they think they can get away with whatever. And in this great country of ours, because we're so politically correct, we let this crap happen. We let this crap happen. And everything we get, people, we deserve, because just like in politics, everybody becomes so apathetic. Nobody gives a damn until it touches their home. And if a guy's a burglar and he steals and burglarizes a house 5 houses down from you, and then the next day 4 houses down, then the next day 3 houses down, you got to know that the son of a bitch is coming after you at some point in time. So let's stop all these bastards in their tracks. There's no sense of letting this crap go. Both black and white. Again, there's enough blame to go around. Call toll free. We are America's voice of freedom. The Patriot, toll free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. We can mix it up. We can argue. Whatever you got to talk about, give me a call. If I'm talking about one thing, don't go totally off the grid and talk about something else. Save it for another time. But anything you got on your plate, you can call toll free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. It could be politics, be religion. Well, I don't know much about religion, but it could be whatever you guys want. I told you so. Once again, remember when they were making the new bridge, getting the name for the new bridge? I was one of the few that put the heat on the House and the Senate in the state of Illinois. And they said, hey, we're going to make it the Veterans Bridge in honor of the veterans, only because we forced their hand. Then the federal government steps in and says, no, that's our money that funded that bridge, so we're going to call it whatever we want. And I argued the point, that's not their money, that's our money that we send up to Washington. They funnel it down through the states funnel it down through the county funnels it down to the cities. So every penny that's spent in this great United States on a park, on a this, on a that, is our money, people. It's not their money. But anyway, everyone said, no, let's call it the Stam Usual Veterans Memorial Bridge. And I'm not a big ball fan. And Stan Musial was a nice guy. No way in hell he should have had a bridge named after him. Let's name it after the 4 guys that were killed in Benghazi. Let's name it after a military hero. Let's name it after a first responder hero that went into a fire. Let's take the names of all the firemen and the policemen at 9/11 in New York, and let's just methodically go down the list and name something in honor of those people. Not some ball player. What the hell's that? But anyway, in the newspaper, there's an accident, a serious accident, just east, and it says the accident in big letters, accident on Musial Bridge. There's not big letters Veterans Bridge. It's big letters Musial Bridge. And see, that's the asswipe, political, no-count, ignorant bastards that do this crap. And I told you, and you know what? I'd like to get elected state representative because that's kind of, you don't want to put your name out there and lose, but if you put your name out there, you're not a loser. You just didn't win. And I'd like to win because I'm going to fight against the Democrats, those rotten bastards, and there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of good Democrats. But guess what? I'm going to fight against those asswipe, rotten Republicans. And there's a lot of good Republicans, but there's asswipe Democrats and asswipe Republicans. There's enough asswiping to go around for both the Democrat and the Republican Party. But I will make legislation, I will bring it forth that never again will a state or federal supporter, well, I can't worry about the feds because I'll be at the state level, but at the state level, never again will a bridge, a street, a building be named after a politician. How egregious is that? These son of a bitches sit in their ivory towers and their suits and ties in the air conditioning and make all the money in the world. And the laborers, the hardworking laborers, the truck drivers, the policemen, the firemen, the first responders, the guys that work on the trash trucks, in the landfills, the plumbers. These guys never, ever get any recognition. And because of them, this country keeps rolling and keeps rolling good. All we hear about is politicians. But I promise you, if I am elected, there's going to be a different day in Springfield because I will upset the apple cart day in and day out. They tell me you can't get arrested on the House floor for giving everybody crap. So I ought to be in good shape because I'm going to give them both crap. I get on that floor, they're going to have to carry me off. And it probably will happen. But see, I don't really care because I'm going to fight for what I believe in. I'm going to fight for what I stand for. And if I get in a little bit of trouble, then I just I'll fight it. Because see, people, you got to take a chance. You got to do something. You got to take a stand. You know, part of this segment in one of my segments of the show. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And that's what happened. It's easier to fall down. It's easier to fall down than to fight the good fight. And I promise you, I will fight the good fight because I do not give a damn. I see where Edwardsville, they're getting ready to open up their splash pad. And Kern, sweet cakes, you idiot. I've had so many people call. They say they're going up to the courthouse. You guys know the story. I tried to donate $10,000, not for political reasons, $10,000 in honor of my son to get the Jones's Park pool open. Kern and Barrasivi called Alonzo Greenwood. He's the father of LaToya Greenwood, who I'm running against, who's got more jobs than Carter's got liver pills, but that's okay. That's for another day. They called and said, don't address Romanik. Ignore Romanik. Don't take his money. And then these son of a bitches wouldn't put their personal money up, my private money that I was going to do, my money, not taxpayers' money. These son of a bitches and Kern had it at the county board. They made a special point to have on the agenda. They put it on the agenda special that the county was going to donate $10,000 to open up Jones's Park splash pool. And I'm glad the pools got open. I would have rather them took my money, my private money in memory of my son, than public money, your taxpayers' money. I've had people in Smithton call me, people in O'Fallon, people in Millstadt, people all over the county. And they're not mad that the pool's open for those less fortunate children down in East St. Louis, but they're mad because it could have been open with private money, with my money. And I could have got donations, private donations, and we've done it many times. These son of a bitches wouldn't take money out of their pocket. Kern, worth millions of dollars. Sprague, worth millions of dollars. Lonzo Greenwood got everybody on the payroll down there, all of his family, and we'll get into that later. They wouldn't even put their money. You know, they didn't want me to look good, and I didn't want to look good. I wanted to put it in memory of my son. But you're going to see a big backlash, Kern. You waste $10, $12 million a year on that airport. You lost the spy agency, the NGA, that would have got us $3-4 billion because of the corruption led by you and Sprague and Barisivic and the Democratic Central Committee, the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County. You people of St. Clair County, you got to understand. These guys are devastating your lives. You better get involved. You better get involved and really know what the picture is. But these guys now, 10,000, now the people in Cahokia are pissed off. They want to know why St. Clair County is not supporting their pool. I'd like to know that too, Kern. But see, these asswipe bastards, they'll do anything during election. If you want something, you better go get it now. Because between now and November, they'll give you a little bit. But after November, you won't hear from them for another 4 years. But I don't have to tell you good people that. You know what the hell's going on. It's been going on forever. And I would assume it goes on all over. I'm just familiar with St. Clair County in the state of Illinois. But you guys know you've been okey-fadoked time and time and time again. But Kern, the people of St. Clair County, they want to know why in the hell did you make, and you made them because they bobblehead for you and Sprague day in and day out. Why in the hell did you make the county board members vote to donate $10,000 when you're laying off county employees? There are 10 or 12 deputy sheriffs short in St. Clair County. You people in St. Clair County aren't getting the proper protection because Kern's giving the money away for political purposes so he can get some votes down in East St. Louis. Think about it, people. My private money or your public money going to East St. Louis. And once again, I am happy as hell that those kids down there are not going to burn up. I'm happy as hell they're not going to burn up. But I'm not real happy that he didn't take my money out of respect for my son. He took your money out of disrespect for everybody in St. Clair County. Now, what are you going to do, Kern? What are you going to do, Kern? Are you going to open up the pool in Cahokia? Are you going to help the people of Millstadt? Are you going to help the people of Mascoutah? That's my district. Are you going to help the people of Freeburg? You going to help the people of Lebanon? Of Smithton? What are you going to do, Kern? You can't stop there. That was a bad decision, but that's okay. They don't care. They never paid the price. But I'm telling you, good people, in 2016, November the 8th of 2016, we can make them pay the price. And the price is throwing their lame, greasy, stinky asses out of office. How many times, people, do I have to tell you? Do I have to shove it down your throat? Do I have to shove it in your ears? Push it to your brain? You guys are intelligent people. Don't vote for some rotten bastard just because he's a Democrat. And I will tell you this, don't vote for some rotten bastard just because he's a Republican. Vote for the person, not the party. Vote for the person who you think's going to do the job. We're tired of this organized politics. It's like organized crime. No, I want to apologize to the organized crime criminals. It's not that bad. At least we know that these criminals are criminals. These politicians, they put their suits on, their ties on. They smile at you. They got their teeth all whitened. These no good piranha bastards, they'll take from us day in and day out. They've been taking from us day in and day out. And it has to stop. But again, Kern, I'm not real happy that you took my tax dollars for that pool down in East St. Louis when I was going to give my private money. I wish that money would have been taken to protect the people of St. Clair County, for more deputies, maybe getting some of these potholes, these county streets. But see, Kern don't want to do that. He's concentrating on East St. Louis because he knows it's going to be one hell of a hard election. He knows that the perfect storm's coming. He knows that it's going to be rough to win this election. And with his millions of dollars, he's got to have that. And I challenge you, Kern, if elected state representative, I'm not taking a penny. I'm not taking a salary. I'm not taking pension. I'm not taking the $130 per day per diem. I'm not taking one penny from the good people of the state of Illinois from the 114th legislative district that I'll be proud to represent. And I challenge you, and I challenge Patty Sprague. I challenge all you rich bastards. Do you people know Patty Sprague and Bob Sprague probably worth $100 million? And they've made that off the back of the taxpayers. And she's sucking up $90,000 a year, a measly $90,000 a year. And her old man, and I mean he's a rotten piece of crap, Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the urinal Sprague. He gets county insurance. How much greed is that? Mark Kern makes $80,000, $90,000 a year. He gets a pension, gets insurance. He's worth $10, $15 million. Not that he worked for, that his daddy, and I don't want to cast a bad light on his mother and father. I'm sure they worked hard. But this asswipe son of a bitch, they all take. Do you understand, people? They all take. They don't give back to you. They don't give back to the county. They don't give back to the people. Think about it. But Kern, all these calls are going to be directed to you, and these people are mad. They want to know why. Why? And I say, I know why, because of politics. Why you made the people of St. Clair County foot the bill for the splash park in East St. Louis when you didn't need to. People have found you out, Kern. They know what a no-good piece of crap you are. And I think on November the 8th, everybody will be able to make that decision. We'll be able to send the message that after 50 years of political corruption in St. Clair County, it's not the good, hardworking Democrats, the laborers, the good guys. It's the 5% of these organized Democrats who have stolen, who have been nothing but political criminals throughout the last 50 years. And they say it's going to get better. It's not going to get better, people. You know that. I know that. It's going to get worse. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, not proud to be Bob Romanik, but proud to be the Patriot. We may have a special caller on the air here. I think it's a very important man. I don't know for sure. We're going to find out. Now, wait a minute. It can't be. Is it that's the intro for the President of the United States? Could it be? Could it be the President of the United States is giving us a call? Because I know he listens all the time. We've got millions of listeners all throughout this great United States. And it's going to be a privilege and an honor to talk to the great President of the United States. Let's get him on the air. Mr. President, how the hell are you doing?
Okay, I'm doing pretty fine.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not the president. This is Mayor Black. What the hell you doing, Mayor? This is Mayor Black out of Caseyville. I thought the hell we had somebody really important come on, and now I know we do. The hell with Obama. We've got the one and only Mayor Leonard Black from the great village of Caseyville. Mayor Black, how the hell you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing fine, Bob. That's kind of hard to follow, but I do want to thank you for having me on your show and helping out Caseyville.
Hey, Mayor, and let me tell you, I love Caseyville. You've done a great job the last 4 years. I just wish, and we don't want to play politics today. We're going to talk about your fireworks display, but I just wish you would have had more support from your village board, because you've had great visions for Caseyville, and you've done a good job, but you've been fighting the fight for the last 4 years.
Well, that's probably true. But what I do want to say, Bob, is about our event, or 4th of July, or 2nd of July fireworks display. We're kind of grateful for the VFW Post 1117. We're going to have all kinds of military artifacts, vehicles. You can get your picture taken by standing next to one of the vehicles, and that should be something with corn eating competition. I know you mentioned some of this earlier, but it's a family-orientated event, and it's going to be one of the best in the area, we think.
Okay, now you promised me that's going to be the best fireworks display ever. Did you not tell me that?
I did tell you that, and I'll tell you what, you might want to hold on to all your clothing, because when the fireworks starts, we're going to rock your socks off.
Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If the fireworks are better than ones over at the Arch back in the day, I'll donate some money to your favorite charity. But if it's not, I expect you to streak nude through Caseyville with a flag. Will you do that?
Well, I don't know about that, but you better get your money ready. That's all I can say.
Hey, Mayor, it's going to be from 5. It's going to be from 5 to 9. It says bring lawn chairs and blankets. We were out there last year, and it was really a great event. Very safe. You had some policemen out there. We always have to have security, but never, back in the day, Mayor, I got to be honest. Back in the day in Caseyville, when I was coming up in the Roosevelt homes, if you wanted a good fight, you didn't go up in the ring and fight. You'd go to the Caseyville picnic. You go out to Caseyville to get in a fight. But things have really changed out there for you good people in Caseyville. That park's a beautiful park. It's a nice, safe place to be. And it's going to be a great time from 5 to 9 this Saturday. We're going to be out there, Mayor, and we want to salute you for all you've done for Caseyville. We want to salute the good people of Caseyville, and we wish you the best. And hopefully you'll have a big crowd, because it will be, people. I'm only kidding. I know how much they've spent on these fireworks. If you want to display like you used to get over at the Arch, you go to Caseyville Park this Saturday. The festivities start at 5. And Mayor, again, we want to salute you and all the people involved, because I know off the air you said, hey, Bob, it's just not about me. There's so many people involved, so many sponsors, and I know we don't have time, but I know you wanted to thank all of them.
I do, and I appreciate everything you've done for us, and you have many, many listeners there.
Hey, Mayor, Mayor Black, thank you very much, and thank and say hello to the First Lady.
Will do. Thanks again.
Doris Black, the First Lady of Caseyville. Doris, happy day to you. Happy holidays to everybody, but I'll tell you what, this Caseyville extravaganza, we'll call it, coming up Saturday should be a great time. The radio station will be there. I hope everybody else will come out. We talked a little bit earlier yesterday. These ass-white politicians, and I'm not going to be one of them, because, see, I want to sit right in them. If I get elected, I don't want to be a Democrat. I don't want to be a Republican. I'll get me a little folding chair, and I'll sit right in the middle of the aisle. Because if there's something that ignorant, no good son of a bitch Madigan does that's good for my district, the 114th district of this great state of Illinois, I'm going to be for him. And if Governor Rauner, the Republican, has something, I'm going to be for him. But if the governor has something that's not good for my district, I'm going to be against him. And if that ass-wipe Madigan has something bad for our district, I'm going to be against him. I'm not going up there to make friends. I'm going up there to make a difference. But anyway, you people heard me say a couple weeks ago they were going to save $2 million. Now get your pens and pencils out. They were going to save $2 million. The state legislature, the state senators, the state representatives, Democrats and Republicans, there's enough fault to go around. There's enough blame to go around. They're saving us $2 million, people. $2 million, because they're not going to send out renewal notices saying that you need to get your tags replaced on your license plates, your yearly tags. So they saved $2 million. But by not doing that, and these no good son of a bitches, it was a calculated move. They knew that people would forget. They knew people wouldn't be reminded. So guess what? They've already fined the good people of the state of Illinois over $5.25 million already. And there's more time to come. it'll be about $6 million. So for them to save us $2, they okey-fadoked us and cost us another $4. And see, they can't call it a tax because we'd run them son of a bitches to Iraq. So they call it a fee. Illinois gets over $6 million windfall. You hear me? It's windfall from late license plate fees. They knew what they were going to do. They know a lot of people don't think about it. They couldn't call it a tax. You know they're not going to call anything a tax, and you heard me yesterday. They're talking about making the DUI law 0.05. That means if you have one drink, you would hit that 0.05 mark. Now, if they enact that, and they eventually will because they're going to need the money. See, it's not going to be a tax. It's going to be a fine because we did something wrong. They're going to make us criminals. They've already made us criminals with some of these laws, but they're going to keep on going. But they're going to say 0.05 to 0.08. Even though it's not really a DUI. You've had something to drink. Hell, if you go to a tavern, you're going to drink something. 0.05 to 0.08. We'll make it court supervision. It won't be any big deal. You pay $1,000 fine, not a tax, and we'll forget about it. That's coming, people. That's coming. It's going to come where they give you 7 miles. I know the state police usually give you 7 miles over the speed limit. So if the speed limit's 30, you get ticketed at 38. And I don't think that's right, being an ex-policeman, and I'm not casting a light on our police officers. It's the politicians that make the laws. All our professional, proud police officers do are enforce some of the asswipe laws that the politicians make. But it's going to be, they're going to say, hey, the speed limit's 30. If they're doing 31 or 32, give them 1 mile. At 32, we're going to start getting fined $125, $150. Now, that's bull crap. And being an ex-policeman, I knew it was bull crap back in the day. You're driving down the street. Say you're doing the interstate and it's 70. You're doing 78 miles an hour. Nobody's in front of you. Nobody's behind you. You had nothing to drink. That 1 mile difference is going to cost you $150, people. Because if you're doing 77, they're going to give you a break. But if you're doing 78, you don't get a break. That's a grab. That's a money grab from us hardworking people. All of us who work hard, who pay our taxes. And then these asswipe bastards have their friend and family, just like Greenwood down in East St. Louis. 16 family members and close friends, cousins, nephews, uncles. You good people in East St. Louis ought to run the Greenwoods out of town, all the jobs they have, the high-paying jobs. But people, we have to take this country back. We have to take our cities, our county, our states back. These politicians, they're going to kill us financially and otherwise. You guys know it. A lot of you out there listening can't even pay your bills. A lot of you have 2, 3 jobs. And then they say, what's this world coming to? You know, our kids are getting bad. The parents can't instruct the children. The parents are never around to train the children properly. Hell no, they're never around. How the hell can we be around when we're working 16, 18 hours a day to pay our bills because you asswipe politicians are getting $100,000 for part-time state representative jobs in Springfield, $100,000 in benefits for state senator jobs in Springfield. All these asswipe bastard politicians making all this money. And I got to say this, and I've got some friends on the St. Clair County Board. These guys go to 1 meeting a month for a half hour. It's been longer because we've been up there aggravating Sweet Cakes Kern, that little bitch boy. These guys get $20,000, $25,000 a year. They get insurance. And guess what, people? For a part-time job at the end of the day, they get a pension. We have to put a stop to that. If you can't make a few dollars for going to a meeting because you want to be a public servant, you know, it's not a career opportunity. Listen to me, people. The county board members get $20,000, $25,000 a year for 1 meeting a month. They get full insurance, and then they get a pension. That guess what? That we're obligated, we the hardworking taxpayers, we're obligated for until they die. And I want to see everybody live a long life. But on the downside, we're going to have to pay their pensions for that long life. State representatives, state senators get a pension for a part-time job. make $80, $90, $100,000 a year, get $125 a day per diem to go up there and drive through McDonald's and put $120 in your pocket a day? What the hell's wrong, people? We got to put a stop to that. I'm going to ask for legislation. It's either going to be a full-time job being a state senator, state representative, and you get full pay, or if it's going to remain a part-time job, then let's get part-time pay. To go up there to Springfield, I won't take a penny, but it's not worth more than $25,000, $35,000 a year. That's a hell of a part-time job, isn't it, people? And through our Constitution, this wasn't made to be a career opportunity. This was part-time money for part-time work. But these politicians, they never lose a paycheck. We lose paychecks. They're laying off union people because of all the situations in the state of Illinois. No budget after a year. And I shart the Democrats and the Republicans. You guys, we got to get back to taking care of the people. Nobody gives a damn. I tell all of you, call your state senator, call your state representative and say, hey, if we don't get a pension, if we don't get a decent budget by the end of July, come November, you son of a bitches aren't going to be there. Let's put the heat on these bastards. Let's put the heat on them. They're no better than we are. They work for us, people. Everybody that has a political position works for us. Why do we let our employees dictate how much money they're going to make, when they're going to work, what kind of pension they're going to get? We're nuts. We're not very good business people here in the great state of Illinois because we're letting our employees take everything over. We're letting our employees, if you had a grocery store, hey, you tell how much you want for pension and how much you want for salary. It's up to you. Hell, they'd be getting $80, $90 an hour. That stuff don't happen in private business, and it shouldn't happen in our business. It shouldn't happen in our business, people. We got to put a stop to it, and it's got to start soon, because if not, we're going to be a communistic country because we can't afford much more. They take 60 to 70% of our money out in taxes of one way or the other, real estate tax, fees for cars, license plate fees, sales tax. 60 to 70% for an avid consumer. Now, when it gets up to 80 or 90%, people are going to say, hey, take the business and support me. That's a great start. That's a great start for communism. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. I just got some information handed to me. The Autism Center will be shut down because of the lack of Illinois budget. You know, everyone's life is being negatively impacted by all these political bastards. And don't forget, some of these no-good bastards are Democrats, but there's also some no-good Republicans. Now, the Autism Center, everybody less fortunate than us are going to be even more impacted than we are, people. When are we going to take our government back? Let's get these no-good. I thought I was people, I'm a no-good son of a bitch, but I ain't half as no-good son of a bitches as these bastards are. Let's take our country, let's take our cities, let's take our counties back. Because if not, they're going to destroy us. I see the governor's wife in Maine is going to be a waitress because the governor makes $70,000 a year. And that's not a bad salary for what they do, but the governor of Maine makes $70,000 a year. So his wife, and I want to salute her because being a waitress, being a server is an honorable profession. She's starting to work at a restaurant in Baytooth Harbor, Maine, the wife of the governor, so they can buy a new car. Now, see, that's what it should be. That's what it should be. We shouldn't honor these guys and make them kings, put them up on a throne, give them a decent salary, decent benefits while they're working. But they're not bigger than life. They're someone that we handed the responsibility to run our cities, our counties, our state, our country. And that's what they're supposed to do. It's a job. They're not big shots because we put them in office. They worked for us, people. Remember that. You know, you talk about Facebook, and I'm not on Facebook. I'm not smart enough. But people just lie. People, you know, they slander people. I don't slander anybody. What I say is truthful. But people slander people, and you get these ass wipes, some of them on Facebook, and they tell me this Bobby Radford, she lives in DuPont, and they tell me she's a total embarrassment to all the people of DuPont that they'd like to get rid of her. Her maiden name is Nipper. Her husband works for Curtis McCall in Cahokia, giving me and everybody else crap, a bunch of lies. But you got to watch out, you blonde bimbo, because, you know, lawsuits could be flying. But, you know, this little skanky lady, and I use that term lady, you know, it looks like she aspired to be a stripper, but isn't smart enough. And she would be, I believe, be the only stripper when customers come in that have to put a gas mask on, because when she started swinging those legs, I know it would be stanky. What a stanky skank this lady is. Bobby Nipper Radford. Her husband works for the village of Cahokia. So, hey, you blonde bimbo, you idiot. Don't think you can give me and people crap and get away with it? Are you nuts? This gal, you know what? I know what Limburger cheese smells like, and they say this Bobby Radford smells worse. But this gal gets on the Facebook, shows her picture. She's got her teeth all painted up white. She's got she's probably a complete idiot. She's got so much blonde coloring in her hair. You know, she can aspire. What do you do? Aspire to be a porn star, you idiot? But you get people like this, and it really pisses a normal person off. And I've talked to some people in DuPont, and they said, Bob, what a skank. What a skank this Bobby Nipper Radford is. But I know she comes after me and our people because, see, her husband works. And her husband may be a nice guy. He hasn't said anything bad about anybody, so I'll give him a pass. But he works for Curtis McCall, so they're out there. And they're all worried, people, because they know the time's coming. They know the time's coming when they're all going to get thrown out of office. And again, if we get elected and don't do right in 4 years, don't give us 40 years. Throw our lame asses out in 4. But anyway, I want to put a salute out to all the blonde bimbos, especially Bobby Nipper. That's her maiden name, Nipper, like Tipper or... never mind, can't go there. But she puts her face on Facebook, and she's smiling, thinks she's a hot little hoe. And I think she's part of that, but it ain't hot. But Bobby Nipper Radford, what a skank, what a blonde skank. And the guy said, Romanik, I talked to him this morning. Well, you know, you got to act different. No, I'm not going to act any different. I'm a human being. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my friends. I'm going to defend my family and my people. I don't give a damn. Don't give a damn about Bobby Nipper Radford. Don't give a damn about a lady that can't even aspires to be a stripper and can't be one. She works at the Casino Queen in a real short dress. You know how these little bimbos are. They got no brain. All their brain's in their ass. And they show that all the time. So Bobby Nipper Radford, give me a call, you idiot, if you're smart enough to dial a phone number. That's 394-1190. Oh, I better make it toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. Because I tell you what, as bad as a waitress as they tell me you are, you probably don't have 25 cents to call. So I'll let you call toll-free. But I hope the good people of DuPont, and there's some people at DuPont called me and give me all this information. They wish you'd get your stanky ass back to Cahokia. So Bobby Nipper Radford, I'll be talking about you a little bit more tomorrow. We're getting more information on your background to see what kind of a skank, what kind of a whatever the hell. I want to apologize. I went too far. I want to apologize to the skanks because they're not as bad as you rotten, no-count, smelly hole. Hey, we got to go. We'll be back tomorrow. And listen, let me tell you, if you want to listen to somebody that's going to be politically correct, don't ever come back here because I'm going to say what I want, when I want, about what I want, who I want, because this is America. I'm not getting on Facebook and hiding behind Facebook, putting my I don't have a pretty picture to put on. I kind of thought when I saw that picture of Radford, Bobby the Bimbo Radford, I thought it was my hairy, somebody took a picture when I bent over naked, my hairy ass, but it wasn't that. So I don't give a damn. Hey, we got to go. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio at its finest, and people, don't worry, it gets worse. And we are, as always, seriously proud, very proud to live in this great country and proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same place, same time. We'll continue to expose these asswipe, rotten bastards. We'll continue, hopefully, to unite. And it's coming together. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is pulling everybody in all throughout St. Clair County. Let's all get together, people. Let's unite as one. Not black, not white, not Democrats, not Republicans, not men or women. Let's unite as one to continue to expose these political, parasitical, perverted punks that are destroying our country, these punks that are called politicians. And every election and every day, let's continue to destroy day by day, week by week, year by year, destroy this culture of corruption, this political culture of corruption. Let's destroy them once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time.